What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the modifications I'm planning on doing to the SS. First, I thought I'd show you the Corvette because it hasn't been on the channel in a while, and it's still here. I haven't sold it. I'm actually filming. I'm in the process of editing actually a video, the 1-year review of this car, because I've had it exactly a year. This is absolutely fabulous car. I still can't believe I own something like this. There's the Armatrix exhaust. It's just absolutely fabulous. But today's video is still about the SS, so we're gonna go get it out of the barn over here and take it for a little spin. I'm gonna talk to you guys about what mods I have planned for the future on it, and also what's coming up. I actually have something on order currently for it, and I think it should be pretty cool. So let's get on the road. Alrighty guys, we are over to the spot where I usually like to go. It's pretty quiet usually over here except for some traffic noise. But one thing I did want to talk about is why I got an SS with the automatic transmission before we go into the mods here. And to be honest, the right deal at the time. It was 20% off. So basically GM in the middle of March, I believe it was mid to late March, ran a 20% off of MSRP on certain vehicles. And for some reason they chose the SS. So dealers could place 20% off on the Chevrolet SS. Now originally I wanted to get a red SS with a manual transmission with a sunroof. There weren't any manual transmission SSs in the state of Colorado in March. It was just an early run. All of them were automatics. And the deal that they were offering was basically like 10 grand off. This thing stickered, I believe, right around 51 grand. And I walked out the door with it for about 41. A little bit over 41 grand, so I think 41.2 is what I paid. Which that's a remarkable deal. That puts me a few years ahead of depreciation, gives me a little bit of freedom, a little bit of room to put some mods on it, make it my own. I did want a manual transmission SS, but for that amount of money, I couldn't even buy a used one, let alone a brand new one. So I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. It was the right everything except for the manual transmission. But that is to say, the automatic is very good. It is very responsive. The paddles work very well, actually. One of the most responsive GM transmissions I've driven. I drove a ZL1 automatic, the previous gen, the 5th gen, and it wasn't as responsive as this. So this thing's pretty darn responsive. When you're in full track mode, sport mode on, it's very responsive. The paddles are really nice. That you click it and the thing shifts, which is really enjoyable. So that is one thing that I am pretty happy with. I was wondering what it'd feel like because I had the G8 with the automatic, and that was okay. I had to tune that to make it shift faster. This thing feels like it has a tune on it, but it should be. I mean, it's a way newer car, and Holden definitely worked on the transmission tuning for these automatic cars, so I am very pleased with it. So on to the mods. So I actually have something on order. I work at a General Motors dealer, so I can get some pretty good discounts. So what I did was I ordered the GM black trim for the front of the car. So instead of all this in chrome here, you see, that's all going to be put black, which I think is going to look much better. As well as I got the side fender vents, those are going to be black. So everything's going to be just like this, which that will match a lot better, in my opinion. So we're going to be doing that. That's going to be probably the first mod going on the car, as well as I want to look at doing something with the badges. The car is filthy right now, so please excuse that. But what I want to do is maybe do like a gunmetal gray as the whole badge. So I might experiment with a little plasti dip. Of course, that'll be the video I will make. I haven't decided what to do with the door handles yet. I like them actually in chrome, so I want to see how the car looks with all the black on the front and see then what I want to do with this. because this stuff's more subtle. This stuff's not really chrome, it's more of like a brushed aluminum look, in my opinion, more of like a brushed polished stainless. So we will address that when we need to, as well as do like a gunmetal gray badge back here. I'm actually going to keep the white SS emblem. I think that's pretty cool. Kind of harkens back to the original Camaro SS's of the day, Chevelle SS's. So yeah, that's the first mod that I'm going to be doing to the car. I think that's going to look pretty darn good. It is kind of extensive. You do have to pull the front fascia off and completely disassemble it. I'm not going to be doing that because I don't have the time, quite frankly. I would love to tackle it, but when I can drop the car off at work, and then by the time I'm done, it's all put together, that's a no-brainer for me, and I get the employee discount anyway on the labor. For you guys that work at dealerships, you know what I'm talking about. And another thing I want to do is, I did this on my G8, if I can open the hood with one hand, I always seem to have trouble with that, is do a cold air intake. Don't know why these cars come with a big resonator here. It never does make sense to me because it's just not a good design. So I'm planning on doing a rotofab intake. I've heard those are some of the best, and they look really nice too. It has a fully sealed box just like the factory, but flows way better, looks a lot better. So that'll probably be the next step on the mods, which actually, you can mod these things really easily. There's actually a pretty good aftermarket support so far, which I'm pretty impressed with. Another thing I'm thinking about, not currently, but down the road, I'm thinking of doing the headers. Some long tube headers and a tune, which these cars sound absolutely insane, especially when you have the dual mode exhaust out to the back. These things just sound incredible with headers on them. So I'm going to be planning on doing something like that down the road. Not currently, because quite frankly, I'm enjoying the car as it is. Thing sounds amazing. So first step for performance-wise, God, my engine bay is just so filthy. I drove this thing on a road trip, and I just got back, and I mean, look at where my fingers were. I hate that type of thing. So this thing's going to be getting a bath tomorrow for sure. But anyway, the headers are definitely something I want to go. I think I'm going to want to keep this thing NA or naturally aspirated, because really that's what this is all about. You know, everything's going boosted these days, and this is an LS3 naturally aspirated V8, 6.2 liters. I don't think you're going to be seeing that many around anymore. Everything's going to be going boosted. I mean, what performance car that's in like the top 10 is naturally aspirated anymore, except for maybe like a Porsche 918 or a LaFerrari. But I would love to do like a Whipple on it. That's kind of why I'm doing the rotofab, because you can still use the airbox. But that's the one dilemma I'm going back and forth right now, is do I keep it NA or do I boost it? And right now I'm leaning towards more NA, just because I know it's not as much fun, but it kind of fits the personality better for the car. Plus, you don't risk breaking as much stuff either. Wheels, probably going to keep stock for right now, because quite frankly, they're growing on me. I like the way they look, especially when they're clean and if you have them waxed. I'm going to see what they look like after we do the blackout trim on it. I might do something different with them. I don't know. We'll have to see. Another thing, small thing that I want to get to is the paddle shifters. Now, these paddles are actually pretty good. They fit my fingers pretty good. They just don't look very good. They don't fit like, you know, like the trim around here and the polished stuff around. I think it's a manufacturer called G2, I believe. They make a really sweet aluminum paddle shifter that extends all the way down here and up here. They're only like $100, and these only pop out. There's like a little pin down here somewhere that you push out, and these just pop off, which is pretty darn cool, and I think they look really awesome. So that's another thing I am planning on doing. I'll make a little video of that too. So that's pretty much the plan so far. So for right now, do the black outline chrome, get rid of the chrome, put the black outline trim on, and intake, and probably the paddle shifter. So that's pretty much the mods so far, what we're going to be doing. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty fun. It'll be a fun little progression, and that's why I love these cars, is because you can go and make them your own. You know, a Corvette, in my opinion, is pretty much the ultimate car right out of the factory. Now, of course, that varies from people. Some people just rip Z06s apart and make 1,000 horsepower. But for me, that car is pretty much perfect. So I'm not messing around with that too much. I'm happy with it. It's reliable. I'm not going to mess around with that too much. This car, on the other hand, I'm going to have some fun with because there's a really nice accessories out for it and really nice little detail things you can do. I'm all about details, and there's so many accessories that are like that. So that's why I'm going to have fun with it. It's a fun and easy car to mod. It's like kind of similar to how easy like a Mustang is to modify. These are pretty easy to modify, similar to that. So that's why I'm primarily doing that. I think it's going to be a fun little project, in my opinion. I hope you guys like it too, so definitely stay tuned to the rest of the channel. Definitely go and check out the rest of the videos, especially about the Z06, because I think you guys like that too. It's red as well. Maybe I have too much red. Maybe the next vehicle should be black. I don't know. I love red, what can you say? So anyway, thanks for stopping in today, guys. Definitely hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and have an awesome day.